Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mike,
I'm Duran.
and today we have a very, very interesting question for you, Duran.
And what is that, sir?
There's been a very public rap beef going on between Drake and Kendrick, and I want to know who won.
In my honest opinion,
Yeah.
the undisputed winner
Uh huh.
of this feud
Uh huh.
is none other than Sir Kendrick Lamar.
Explain.
It even made me stutter. That's crazy. I just feel like every response that he had to Drake's responses had a lot of energy behind it, whether it was hate or it was like just the lyricism behind it. Now, mind you, the perfect example that I can give is when Meek Mill and Drake were beefing. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, Meek Mill finna murder Drake," because Meek Mill, he was fresh off the. Hold up, wait a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, but I know Drake was coming up, so I'm like, man, he got some stuff, but man, he messing with Meek. He about to do him, and it didn't work out that way. Drake absolutely destroyed Meek Mill. That back to back was nasty work.
It was nasty.
And so coming into this, I'm like, oh, Drake finna do something bad to Kendrick. I don't know, bro. You was trying to carry the culture, and Drake, he been out here on a couple different waves. I don't know. It's like Frieza in his third form. Like this ain't first form from Drake. And then I was like, nah, that ain't it, fam. Then when he did the whole AI thing, I was like, come on, Drake. Now I know you got some stuff in the tank. I done heard you say some nasty stuff. Like I'm just diabolical.
But I like the AI song.
It's cool, but like
it wasn't like the best song out of this whole beef, but I liked it because he low key attacked Kendrick where he knew Kendrick was gonna come from, right? And he took it to the West Coast and he put AI Tupac on there, AI Snoop on there.
I get the gist, and it sound good on paper, but it didn't push the line for me.
No, it didn't.
And
it didn't.
And then he had the other diss after that, where we just had the Metro Boomin diss, and that's the most memorable line in that song. Because it was so disrespectful to tell another man to do something he was already gonna do.
Well, that was the first one. That was his push-ups came out before before the AI one, right?
Yeah,
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums.
He was already gonna do that.
Will forever be one of the greatest beef lines ever.
And it's just crazy. And then we was together redoing this work when we heard Family Matters. And that right there, we was in shock and awe. Like,
yeah, we literally stopped. I was like, yep, Drake dropped another one. Let's play it. We pushed play, went in, was like, damn, Drake killed it.
Soon as I seen the van getting towed,
we knew what it was.
And then the beat changed and he was just going off. And this song was like almost 10 minutes. I was like, Jesus.
And then we went in, recorded another episode, come back, Kendrick dropped his.
And to Meet the Grams, even with the information being like not true or whatever they claim, they fed it to him, he made it sound so disrespectful because it does not change the fact that this man addressed that man's biological parents, both of them.
But that's the thing. Like, in my opinion, does what's said in a beef need to be true in order for you to win?
It does, but I'm saying, if even if we took that out, he still addressed his son, his mama, and his daddy.
I don't know. I feel like
that is savage.
Okay, so I guess I haven't given my opinion. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think Drake outsmarted Kendrick this whole beef.
He outsmarted, but did he win?
Yes. Yes. I think Drake was playing chess the whole time. The whole time. Look, Kendrick dropped like that. J. Cole dropped his stuff, apologized, and everybody's sitting there talking about Drake ain't gonna respond. Drake ain't gonna respond. 2 weeks later, from like that coming out, here come Drake with a response. Now everybody's sitting here talking about, oh, that was weak. That was push-ups was dope. Drake came in and he ain't take shots just at Kendrick. He took shots at like 5 different people. Everybody who got on Metro Boomin's album and talked crap, Drake came back at him. He even took shots at Ja Morant and said something about him too, right? So, like in my opinion, Drake was fighting a battle that's way bigger than just him and Kendrick. It was literally 20v1, and people could talk about ghostwriters all they want, but Drake writes majority of his stuff. Majority. Matter of fact, Kanye got on here and did a remix to like that, right? You know how many songs Drake done wrote for Kanye? Drake done wrote for Beyonce? Drake done wrote for all these other artists, Jamie Foxx. And they sitting here talking about Drake can't rap, Drake can't write his own. Drake been doing this since forever. Like, don't sit here. Now, he may get some influence from some people. You might hear some reference tracks of somebody else saying, oh, this how it should sound or this how you should make it. But believe me, Drake is writing his rap.
I never thought that Drake wasn't writing them. We already been down this road in the Meek Mill beef.
Yeah, but
you just mad because I got the Midas touch.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, Kendrick focused so much on like the ghostwriting because that's what's popular when you want to beef with Drake. You're going to bring up ghostwriting. But guess what? This nigga still got on here and killed you. Right. So Kendrick got on here. He started talking about all this other stuff. I can't speak on the pedophile rumors because, you know, there's been no cases that came out, but there was no cases that came out on R. Kelly for forever until it came out, right? So I'm hoping none of that's true. People have been going in and trying to find old lyrics of Drake. But I mean, you could do that with any artist. If you go through and try to find lyrics, you can make this artist out to be whatever you want them to be. I think Kendrick fell right into every rumor that's been said about Drake that's been proven untrue. And that's why, in my opinion, Drake won this. Drake, nothing in Drake's, like, if you look at all of Drake's lyrics, nothing in there is a made up lyric. Kendrick didn't come back and say, "Oh, I'm not taking splits on my record deal." He said, "Show me your splits, and I'm gonna show you my percentages too."
Yeah.
So he told everybody, like, "Yeah, I know I'm getting stiff, but you show me what's going on with you."
Yeah, but the same thing could be said from just like everything I felt like Drake mentioned, like the beating on his fiance and the whole kids thing and all that, according to what I was told, even from you, he addressed that stuff on his Mr. Morale album. So if I'm listening to you tell me about your own confessions for what you're doing, and all I did was turn into a song, that's the same thing as
no, because it's the truth though.
I know.
If you found out like your boy been beating the crap out of his girl, and just because he went out on TV and said, "Hey y'all, I've been hitting on my girl," like, I'm just letting everybody know. That don't change the fact that he did it.
It don't change. I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying it just not. That's not that much of a. You're not revealing something to the public. We already know that,
right? But a lot of people take what's put in music and they take it as art, especially with Kendrick. Right? They follow these, and he's great at painting a picture, and so his albums are like literal theater. Like if you listen to them, there's a story that's happening throughout the album. A lot of people don't realize that is actually Kendrick's story happening throughout this album. And so I think Drake just brought it back to light. Like, hold on. Y'all don't realize this man just said he was beating on his wife. Y'all sitting here blasting that song like it's the best song ever. Like,
yeah, I mean, and while that's still true, like you said, we don't know if those other rumors about Drake is true. We don't know what's true or not. We just know, basically, it's like a court case. You presented your evidence. I presented mine. Right now, your evidence is looking strong because you got the claims to support that. But that don't take away that what I'm saying ain't true. It's just that I ain't got the words or the things to back up that stuff ain't came out yet. That don't mean that it won't. But I'm just saying, even if the information that was delivered was fake and I felt like the energy brought to it is what sold it for me. Now, like I said, I think Family Matters is phenomenal song and it's dope. It's up there. And then even when he responded after that, I was like, okay. But I just felt like when he revealed it to us, if you set this up like that, you should have been way more hype about the fact that you just caught him in your trap. Because when you catch somebody lacking, that's like the best dirty feeling ever. So now you got that's undisputed proof that you know that he jumped on something and it wasn't right. Because he took the picture off of Meet the Grams and, then he came out and told us, yeah, I told you I had an 11-year-old daughter, but I don't. And you made this whole verse, this whole thing up, and you thought you did something, but you didn't. I felt like he should have been more hype about that.
But he don't need to.
It sounds like he was ready to be done.
He taunted him, and he's just like, if you ain't even investigating the information that you get, like you told me it's a mole in my camp, right? I gave out information to figure out who it is. Drake know who it is. Drake know who was relaying the information. And he purposely gave this information so that they can get it back to Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick played it too quick. And people keep talking about he got 10 songs in reserve or he made 10 songs. You made 10 songs. You made 10 songs about Drake and you ain't heard none of the stuff that he said. So you've been harboring all of this ill will, sitting on it and not saying nothing. And now you're trying to let it all out. And I will admit, Not Like Us is catchy. I literally find myself quoting that probably every day. I'll be at work and it's in my head because I'll be like, man, they not like us. And you know what I mean, right? But
yeah, but I did listen to the words after bopping 3,462 times. I finally listened to the words and I'm like, it's how he said it, like crazy.
But yeah, and I think Kendrick's really good at telling a story. And that's why a lot of people think he won. But if the story's not true.
But he came with some different stuff this time. He said different things than he said in Meet the Grams.
True.
He didn't speak about the abs no more. He didn't speak about the 11-year-old daughter no more. He didn't talk to his parents. He talked directly to him in the camp. He talked about Baca. He talked about all them people.
Yeah.
Didn't he talk about Party Next Door too?
Yeah, he said party in the club.
Yeah, he told them they need to keep their freaky selves in the house. That's the part I be repeating. I'm calling everybody fans.
I think that and then OV Ho is like one of the
oh
biggest
my
things
gosh, when he said that, I said that's disrespectful.
But still, even with that, I think we talked about this. Like somebody literally went and found tweets before this song came out. People saying OV Ho, not the fans part. I think that's legitimately something he came up with.
He made that sound so cool.
Yeah, they found clips of almost every bar that Kendrick put in that song, dissing Drake. And they're like, there's no coincidence that Kendrick literally pulled everything that's out here on the internet about this. And like I said, he is a master like at telling these stories. So maybe he did go out and find Drake disses online and put them into lyrics.
Even if he did do that, he said he's the biggest hater. So in order for you to be the biggest hater, you got to find hate.
But then he did say in this song he wasn't the biggest hater. He said in the first one, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Like, I love that, right?
But nobody's quoting Drake songs. We quoting Kendrick's.
No, I quote Drake too.
Only one I'm quoting from is that Families Matters. But what really matters is what you all think. And you let us know, do you feel like Kendrick Lamar won or do you feel like Sir Drake won? And you can let us know on our socials or leave a comment on the Apple Podcast or Spotify.
Let me know that I'm right.
Hey, or do you even care about the rap beef?
No, they care. Let us know. Peace.
Peace.